Hello and welcome, I'm Thomas and today I am reviewing the Logitech G335 wired gaming headset. I'm blown away by the quality that you can get for such a low price these days. These retail for $69 and you get pretty much the entire package, and the only reservation for me is the sound quality, which while good is for a very targeted market, which again is wild to me for the cost. I did receive this product for free through Best Buy's Tech Insider program in exchange for an unbiased written review on bestbuy.com, but out of my own volition, also decided to do an unboxing and video review. That will not bias my opinion in any way, as I am not for sale, so let's get nerdy. So starting off with the microphone quality, this entire review will be using this here microphone on the headset, so you can decide for yourself if it's trash or not. Personally, I actually found that it sounds pretty good. I was surprised by the quality and definitely think that for the most part I sound pretty clear. It's a little, it follows suit with the whole being a little more treble focused than bass, but things are clear. And I think you can hear me pretty well. So, but like I said, I'll let you guys decide that. Let me know what you think of the microphone quality in the comments section below, so that will help other people decide as well. They do report it is Discord certified, which is a specific certification where they test the mic sound quality, both incoming and outgoing, sound quality in games, comfort, and if there is any aberrant behavior, like it crashing games, which I find to be wild that a headset can actually do that. I didn't know that that could be a thing. If any of these things aren't good, they are dinged and lose points. If it scores high enough, they get a Discord certification, so you should be able to look at that and be able to judge how good or bad a product is at a glance, which is something that I really like. Other features of this microphone are flip to mute function, where once you get past a certain point, you can feel and hear a click, which mutes the microphone. I've found with a lot of other headsets that you want to be careful with this function, because if you play with it too often, that can lead it to breaking, and they often do break. So jury's still out how durable this one will be, as I haven't had enough time with this headset to actually judge that fairly, so do be careful with that. We'll see if the flip to mute comes across in recording. Hopefully not, we'll see after that. The microphone itself when down is near the ideal position and is rather malleable and sticks to where you put it. When you do have it fully up, it blends in well with the headset and doesn't get in the way, which I also really like. Sound quality wise, I'll let you decide down in the comment section below. Build quality, aesthetics, controls, and comfort. This headset is part of Logitech's colorway collection, and it comes in 3 different colors. Black, which is shown in the review. Mint, which is... Does anybody actually like that color? Seriously, I want to know. Let me know in the comment section down below. And white, which is looking extra fresh and turns me on a little if I'm being completely honest. I love when you have multiple color options, as that is a rarity these days, and wish it could become more of a common staple. They have a primary color, which is the main headset, that is a mixture of matte and glossy paint. Then you have the ear cups and headband, that is a different color. Overall, I like the look and different designs you can do with it, as you can add customizable microphone tips and headbands. 2 out of the 3 colors look great, so I give this section a 9 out of 10. Controls are exceedingly basic. You have the flip to mute mic, which we already discussed, and a volume wheel on the left ear cup. The volume wheel is made from a plastic, has texture, requires light/moderate force to move, is smooth throughout, and locks at 0 and 100% and doesn't wobble at all, which is really surprising at this price point, especially because a lot of different headsets really struggle to get this down, and this one absolutely nailed it. They did a great job, which I'll be saying a lot in this review. There is no voice/chat balance, which a lot of people will be disappointed to hear. The only way it connects is through a 3.5mm 4-pole aux cord that is not removable, which is another one of those bummers, because if you damage this, then the whole headset is kind of broken and no longer usable, which stinks. And I know a lot of people also really enjoy having adjustable voice and chat balance, so you'll have to find a software or something like that to do it instead. The cord itself is covered in rubber, is very malleable, and medium in length. I would have preferred a bit more length, but it's probably at the sweet spot for most people, especially since you can plug it into your controller now instead of snaking it across the entire room. But if you have your PC far away, you may need an extension cable for it to properly work. Also, make sure if you are are buying an extension cable to make sure that it supports full pole, which is the microphone itself, because if it's 3-pole, then you won't get the microphone and the microphone won't work. Last, it comes with a YPC splitter with a male end for audio and a male end for the microphone, and ends in a single female 3.5mm aux port. This appears to be high quality, and I have absolutely no issues with it. It doesn't come with surround sound. However, surround sound is technically through software, so if you have software, then yes, they are surround sound capable. Most games these days also have their own binaural imaging, which means it is activated in games automatically for stereo headphones, which these are, and they do an excellent job at directional audio. So I was blown away at that, but more on that in the sound quality section. It has a suspension headband, which is very reminiscent of the SteelSeries Arctis lineup, but I think it's better executed here. Those of you who have been with me for a while know that I am not a fan of SteelSeries, and I appreciate you for sticking around for so long. But for those of you new viewers, take that last comment with a grain of salt, as there is some obvious bias there, as I really don't like SteelSeries. The SteelSeries headband is awfully close to the plastic itself, which makes me wonder, what's the purpose of it? Because the whole point for your head is to be in suspension and not be resting on the plastic. The G335 gives you more room, and since the plastic headband is hollow, you can show off that color more, if that's your jam, that is. The headband only has 2 adjustments and are covered in rubber, which means they won't be breaking easily, are slightly reinforced, and have increased malleability, which is a plus, but that also means that it is less adjustable than the SteelSeries headset that have a more pull strap design. I don't know why this turned into a direct comparison, but hey, we're at the end now, so it doesn't matter. Overall, I'm a fan of this headband, as it is very comfortable to the point I don't even notice that it's there. With it being wider, you don't get as much of a flat hair effect, which I definitely like, because people can always tell I'm a gamer, because I always have an imprint in my hair, and they go, huh, that guy must be a gamer. The plastic portion of the headband is solid, and you can twist it around without any issues. Last, the headband is 2-sided and reversible. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. Up next is the adjustments, which are basic and limited. There is no movement anteriorly or posteriorly, and only mildly laterally due to the flex of the plastic. Each ear cup gets maybe half an inch in height, which is not very much. That movement is smooth and requires some good force, so it won't be happening by accident, which is a good thing. There are 5 little notches to equalize on both sides, which I'm always appreciative of, because I'm a perfectionist and like things to be even throughout. The last adjustment is the 2 notches for the removable headband that we previously discussed. Overall, the 2 structural weak points are going to be the flip to mute mic, as these often break over time, so don't fidget with it and only use it when you need to. The next would be the adjustable height, as it looks like it's in place by a single plastic joint that if significant pressure was applied to, it would likely buckle. Otherwise, it is a super solid headset with no creaking at all. Even when I'm moving my head, I don't actually hear anything, and for this price point, that is pretty rare. Most of the time you can hear some type of creaking or something like that, and with this guy, it is silent throughout. This brings us to the ear pads themselves. They are small in size with good depth and almost look to be for a child. And no, I'm not just saying that. When I first got this headset out of the unboxing, I went, wow, this is really tiny. It was a lot smaller than I was expecting, especially the ear cups. So if you have small to medium sized ears, you are in the green and you'll be just fine. If you have large to extra large ears, they may not work well, as your ears may be rubbing against the sides of the ear pads or drivers themselves, which may prove uncomfortable. Thankfully, the padding against the drivers feels like traditional foam is thick, and is pretty thick compared to other headphones, but also soft at the same time, and the ear pads themselves are made from a soft mesh material with memory foam inside, which is also very soft, so even if your ears are rubbing against it, it'll still probably be alright. If you press them down, the ear cups, the memory foam ear cups, they are very soft, malleable, and hold their form for like a second, which means, yeah, I guess they are truly memory foam. The mesh material, most of the time headsets say they're memory foam, and then you like press it and you're like, this isn't memory foam. The mesh material is very soft and promotes good breathability. They do appear to be removable, but I wouldn't recommend doing that. Overall, they did a great job on this part. I liked them a lot and find them to be very comfortable, and give them a 9 out of 10. Putting everything together, these have a light clamping force that I would consider in the ideal range, where it is secure enough to not go anywhere and light enough they aren't squeezing your head to death. They weigh 240 grams, which is lightweight lightweight for a headset. I really like the suspension headband, and it leads to increased comfort and quickly disappears from your mind. It has super solid build quality, especially for the price, where I notice no creaking, flex, or wobbling. This not only makes the product feel high quality, but also makes it very comfortable as you forget it is on your head. From a comfort, look, build quality, and control standpoint, I'd give it a 9 out of 10, as I was able to wear them for a long period of time without any issues, with me almost forgetting they were on my head. I would rank them up there as some of the most comfortable headphones I have ever tried. Technically headset, not headphones. Headphones don't have a microphone. These have a microphone, so therefore they're a headset, but I've ever tried. So they're the most comfortable headset that I have ever tried. They also are low profile and look good while wearing, which is a plus if you're a streamer, YouTuber, or will be seen in public with them, you know, on the train, because you're cool like that. You can customize the way they look with multiple headset colors, headband colors, and microphone covers to fit your style and personality. I believe the headbands and the microphone covers cost $9.99. I feel like for the headband, that's not like awful, still a little expensive. For a microphone cover, though, that seems excessively priced, but maybe I'm wrong. I'll try to remember to put that up on the screen of what I see on their website, but I'm going to be honest, I may not remember to do that. The flip to mute mic works well, and the volume wheel is satisfying without any wobble. The cord is very malleable and feel great with minimal microphonics at near the ideal length for most people. Once again, microphonics, for people who don't know, is when a cord rubs against something. Sometimes you can actually hear that in the ear cup. For this guy, I have to be really paying attention and really be rubbing it for it to actually show up in the ear cup, and for the most part I don't hear anything, which again at this price point is like unheard of. The only thing that makes it feel cheap is the all plastic design, it weighing 240 grams, and price point, which people usually associate lightweight and plastic with it being cheap, but it's actually not. So, well, it is cheap because it's cheaply priced, but it's not actually cheap in build quality. Anyways, I'm getting lost in a loop there. Honestly, due to the price, I'm very impressed, as few headphones, especially at this price range, feel this good, are this comfortable, and look this good. So, hats off to you, Logitech. You did an excellent job. Moving on to the sound quality, which I do think is the most important part, but also going to be the most tumultuous part of this headset. During my unboxing / first impressions video, I was on the fence about the audio quality of these guys. Now that I've tested them more thoroughly and acclimated to them, I can say that while the bass is anemic, it does appear to be semi-accurate and present, but this has a bright tuning, meaning they focus upmost on highs, the mids, then bass. They do that so you can hear footsteps, reloads, and other audio cues to make you perform better in competitive gaming / PvP. These are great for that, as the soundstage is rather large with accurate imaging. This also makes it a good fit for single-player gaming. To go more in depth on the audio quality, I judge my audio quality based on 3 scenarios. The first is single-player gaming, where I'm looking to get immersed in the gaming world. The second is competitive multiplayer gaming. The third and last is media watching, and technically the fourth is music, so obviously I can't actually count. These do excellently as competitive headphones, great for single-player gaming, average / mediocre for media watching, and solid / great for music. They don't do as well for media, as you really want good bass and focus on mids that are smooth and warm, which these struggle with, but they do sound solid / great for music because the focus on highs and upper mids makes music feel powerful and alive, but can also be fatiguing, and you miss out on that bass and warm lush mids, some vocals can sound a bit recessed. In audiophile terms, they use 40mm neodymium drivers that have an airy sound to them as they are open back headphones, but you notice some mild passive noise isolation when you have them on. They are not analytical, as you can tell they have tuning to be gaming centric, which means they also lack balance. The highs are prioritized, and before you acclimate to them, they can come across as bright, harsh, and sibilant. With that, they are also fatiguing over long periods. It is this tuning that gives you an advantage in competitive / PvP gaming and makes female vocals sound so powerful in music. Mids are present and accurate, but not super smooth or dark, which is something I prefer when watching medias, as most of the tones are in that range. Bass at first comes across as anemic, where you find it lacking, but once you acclimate, you find it to be accurate, mildly punchy, but still on the milder side, and is never overbearing. Keep in mind, I'm not a bass head, even in the slightest, and most headphones I use on a regular basis are bass light. So you know that when I say that these are light, that they are probably pretty bass light. So if you're a bass head, these are going to be a pass for you. Keep in mind, this isn't technically a bad thing, and I tend to enjoy gaming better both multiplayer and single player, and also music with a bright tuning over a warm or bass tuning, as I can hear footsteps, other competitive audio, and crescendos better. But you lose out on instruments, male vocals, especially baritone and bass, and low-end sounds like gunshots and explosions. When a lot is happening, I notice some congestion where sound will start to overlap each other and get lost, but the majority of the time there was good detail and I could easily locate sounds in the soundscape. Sounds are crisp but with quick decay. I'm unsure about depth, as sometimes I felt like people were right next to me whispering into my ear, but when I actually saw them, they were a lot further away than I thought they were. However, people medium, size, distance, and far away were accurate. Soundstage is medium/large, where everything sounds like it's coming from outside of you instead of inside, unless if they are close, which, like I said, gave a very intimate sound. I noticed this mostly in Escape from Tarkov. Imaging was excellent, where I can easily locate a sound even if they were above or below, which I usually can't do. Both imaging and soundstage does wonders for competitive play. I didn't notice much lushness, muddiness, naturalness, as things at times sounded processed, again due to that bright tuning, and timbre was a bit harsh at times. Overall, for the price point and what they are going for, which is a treble tuning, I would rank sound as great or an 8 out of 10. But you'll want to be going for that particular sound, as if you aren't wanting a bright focus sound, they will sound awful and you will really hate them. I would compare them closely with the Sennheiser 558/598/599, which tend to be bright focused headphones. So to put into simpler terms, these headphones are great for competitive gaming due to the focus on highs, which allow you to hear footsteps and other audio cues easier. Add that to a large soundstage, great imaging, and limited bass, you've got a winner for multiplayer/competitive gaming. With it focusing on highs, things can come across as harsh and sharp, which can be fatiguing over time. With it not having a lot of warmth or bass, it makes single-player gaming not as enjoyable, because you can't lose yourself as well to the environment because things sound processed, but does give you highly accurate placement. This bleeds over into media watching, as most vocals will sound a bit far away and not warm. Music is hit or miss depending on what you like to listen to. If you really like highs, female vocals, and ballads, they will do a good job. If you like instruments, male vocals, or critical listening, then these won't do as well, as the highs are too prominent and come across as harsh and sharp, which is good as you get nice, crisp, dramatic high notes, but you lose the warmness and lushness of vocals and accuracy of instruments with not as well executed bass and mids. While it can pass as a media and music headset, it won't be giving you an excellent representation, so I don't recommend it for those use cases. So moving on to the conclusion, finally, because there has been so much talking. Alright, so these headphones are a great bang for their buck. I personally find them to be very comfortable, look aesthetically pleasing with 3 color variants, multiple headbands, and mic covers, and are low profile, attractive on your person, have great but basic controls with a flip to mute mic and satisfying volume wheel, flexible rubber cable that is moderate in length with minimal microphonics, great sounding microphone, and extremely good build quality. Adjustments are limited, and the headset ear cups are small, which means they only work for small to medium-sized ears. The headset itself should work for small to large heads, but not extra large. The weak points are going to be the flip-to-mute mic and adjustable headband, so you'll want to be careful with those 2 parts. The sound is great and remind me a lot of the Sennheiser 598s, but are very targeted for those who enjoy treble-focused, which are highs, upper mids, with mild bass. They have a large soundstage and great imaging, making them perfect for competitive/PvP gaming. They also do a great job for single-player gaming. They are hit or miss for music and mediocre for media use. They can be very harsh and fatiguing until you acclimate. Sounds can come across as processed due to the treble tuning, which may pull you out of the environment and makes for a more sterile/surgical gaming/music/media environment. These are also very versatile, as they work well on any product that has a 3.5mm aux port. The cable is not removable, and there is no USB or wireless dongle. Overall, and there's also no software due to that, so you get what you get. Overall, I am a fan of these and think they should be on your list to check out if they fit your price range and what you are looking for. For their price point, I give them an overall score of 8 out of 10, which is pretty darn good for $70. If you liked this review, leave a like. If you hated it, leave a dislike and a mean comment. Just kidding. Don't leave mean comments. Those are just that's just mean. Hit up my social media so I can feel important, and hit that subscribe button if you want to see more like this. I will see you and your beautiful face on the next one. God bless and peace out.